head coach of your former team. Could you even envision this happening, and what did it take, particularly today, to punch your ticket to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why you have to do this. It's you have to believe things sometimes before you can see them. And you have to believe that what you're doing is the right thing, and if it's not, you have to recognize it and make adjustments and changes to the program and everything else. And, you know, we got a great group of guys, and they continue to, again, believe in the things that we did, and they formed and created an identity, and they try to protect it. And then today was just another example of, as things kind of change and unfold, our ability to adjust. And, you know, Josh and Zach and Jeremy did a great job leading their units, and the players executed when they had to. And I know that there's going to be a lot of questions about this and that and the other thing. And, you know, we did enough to win the football game in tough conditions. And, you know, when we got that field goal, you know, the defense, and talking to them, and I said, if they don't score, you know, then it's going to be hard for them to win the football game, obviously. And we took care of the ball, and then the 5-minute drive, we were able to run it just enough, and then, you know, came up with a big call there at the end of the game to seal it.
Mike, how much, you know, was this a kind of game of adjustments? Your quarterback using his legs, you know, instead of his arm in critical situations.
Yeah, and that's a great thing about Drake, and you know, the ability to, you know, extend plays, and if it's not there, gain chunks, and he's done that most of the year. And, you know, again, we'll have to get a lot of things corrected, and we'll have to play our best football game in 2 weeks if we want to finish champions.
Mike, can you speak to Chris Gonzalez? Obviously, he gets beat on that early pass there, and then he seals the game.
Yeah.
You know, what does that say about it?
It just says that he's been playing really, really good football, and sometimes you get beat. The best ones do. And, you know, again, I really just about 6 or 8 weeks ago, I can't remember when, but, you know, I saw a different Gonzo. I saw just something went off, and it changed. And maybe the Ravens game or something, I noticed just a different player and a different person. And, you know, he's so talented, and I appreciate every one of them. And he can certainly be elite. And, you know, your best players have to make those types of plays in championship games.
Mike, the timing of the guys you bring off the practice squad, Taylor coming in and blocking that kick. Did you even know that kick was blocked by him?
I did not. Lenny T, revenge game, week 5. We just keep making this. Will be next week. Will be or 2 weeks. It'll be revenge game week 6. So Clint McMillan does a great job of getting those guys ready to go. And, you know, each and every one of them has made plays to help us win, and, you know, they'll have to continue to do that.
Mike, first, congratulations.
Thank you, Soph.
But I wanted to ask just about this team. You've had a close team from the start. What was it like when the clock is 0 and, you know, you knew that you were going to the Super Bowl with this group of guys that you put together?
It just, well, it's a group effort. It just wasn't me. And, again, I stand up in front of you guys, and I am thankful of the people that are around us in that building and our program. And you know, you have to come together, and you have to do what's best for the team, and from a personnel standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, and from the players. And you get everybody to believe in something and buy in. And again, that doesn't come without adversity. You have to have adversity. But I do this for the players. I've been in their position. I've been there. And it's amazing. And I want other people to feel that feeling. And it's for our families who make a lot of sacrifices, and the excitement and the joy that they have. Trust me, I'm fine. Like I'll be okay. I do this for the players to be able to experience this with their families, and our coaches to be able to experience it with their families.
How bad did this get as the second half went along? How bad did it get? And at what point did you realize it was going to be that kind of game? And what if?
Well, I mean, I would say halfway through the third quarter. You know, I think when we got that field goal, and again, wished it would have been able to be a touchdown, but it wasn't. And then, you know, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And our defense was playing really good, and we were able to do just enough offensively to give them a break. And even kicking a football and the operation. And I mean, that stuff is things that you can't really replicate back home.
Do you need to tell your players, the elements being as bad as they were, do they understand that, or is there something specific you had to say to them during the game to make sure they kept that focus?
Well, I mean, I think that we're continuing to talk to them about the cleats and the ball security, and you saw Rhamondre slip, and it's just a reminder that, one play could make the difference. And then he came back and ran really well, and, about just taking care of the football and, calling a game that doesn't put the ball in harm's way. And, we forced them. And again, defensively, we adjusted. They threw some things out there. We were all over it. And, you saw when they had to throw the football that it wasn't that easy.
Mike, your view of two critical plays, the 4th and 1 play when they were up 7-0, and also the Christian Elliss backwards pass. It seemed like you guys were all over both plays.
Yeah, and Elliss continues to make plays. We talk about it just takes one play. And whether that's Marcus Jones last week, Christian Elliss, which it would have been a touchdown. You know what I mean? They blew it way too late, blew the whistle, and I guess the call. But for print purposes, just put the whistle in there. See what I did there? And then, the 4th just being, just coming up huge stops, and then our ability to get the little bit of, yards that we needed in critical situations.
Guys, 2 more questions. Locker room's open.
Adam was up on the stage, obviously a former teammate of yours, and just with that.
Well, again, I think that the position that I'm in, I've been able to see a lot of former teammates and guys that wanted to come back and be around. And saw Tom Ashworth last night, a local resident, and having Adam here and seeing him before the game, and Val, and he was probably licking his chops. Those conditions probably looked pretty good to Adam to go kick field goals in.
Mike, how would you define this group? What is this group as you head to the Super Bowl? How would you define them?
I mean, fun to coach. They're entertaining. We get another week for Will's weekend update. So they've been resilient. They've been very coachable. There's a lot of connectivity in them, and I appreciate what they do. Thanks, guys.
You've been there before, now you're going back. How pleasing is this for you? And when you came here, did you have any idea you guys could make this happen?
Man, not this fast. Not this fast. I'm blessed. Excuse me. It's cold out there. Excuse me. No, man, I'm blessed, man, just to, had the opportunity to be here. Blessed to, have coaches in an organization that believed in me, that bring me in here and just believe in, what I bring to the table, my talent, who I am as a person. And, they just believed in me from day one. I just came in and tried to be me and rally the guys and, tell them, it's about work, showing up every day, make sure we do what we got to do, and all season, just staying consistent, not changing up nothing, keep showing up, keep dominating when you got an opportunity, and, man, we're going to the bowl.
How crazy were the conditions out there?
It was good at first. It was good at first. Then that snow started coming down, wind blowing. I couldn't see. You see I'm coughing. I'm probably sick right now. But none of that matter. All that matters is that we won the game and we're going to the bowl.
It looked like
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It looked like the elements, it looked like the snow and sleet was coming directly into your faces. Can you put that into words for us?
Yeah, no. I got a visor on, so I really couldn't see as good. And then the snow coming under the mask, so it was getting in your mouth, coming in on the side of your head, getting in your ear, all that stuff. So try to get a jacket, stay by the heater, and then when it's time for defense, go out there and make sure, I cleaned it off as good as I can, keep my cleats clean as possible, and, go out there and do my job. Let's get off the field and get the ball back to 10.
Bill, you guys faced a quarterback this week that no one had much tape
dominate up front, and we did that.
Go ahead, Taco.
Field goal block. What did you see on that play?
LT, 93 LT made a huge play. Man, he didn't came in here and been just working, busting his butt every day. You know, learning our defense, and you know, I told him, man, these are games where people they want to figure out who you are. Come out here and make some plays, man. They gonna know who you are. He went out there and made a big play for us, and you know, blocked the kick, and you know, gave us opportunity to win the game.
You guys have only given up 26 points defensively through your 3 playoff games. Can you point to anything where you guys kind of flipped the switch, or is there any sort of turning point for you guys? Is what's led to this?
Man, we just, like I said, we got a lot of guys that's been counted out. Nobody really believed in us, and you know what we can do. You know, they probably gonna say it's just how they played. You know, we ain't do nothing. It's how what they did. You know, like I said, we got one more game. You go out there and take care of business, and see if we'll get some credit then.
Did you hear a little bit about the Broncos' offensive line this week and how good they were, and just did you use that as motivation?
Yeah, I heard that all week. I mean, I don't care about numbers and all that, whatever. We got to go out there and we got to play. All this stuff don't matter. You get between them lines, and then we see what's going to happen. And so cut the tape on and see what happened today.
Hey, the guy there, you're right. Gonzalez came up with a huge play. Talk about his interception.
Your boy Dog, he here for a reason. He finna get paid, and you know he won us the game at the end. And he closed it out for us when we needed it.
You know, I think this defense is overlooked and underrated.
Definitely, all year. And we got that chip on our shoulder to come out here every time we step between them white lines and show everybody who we are, and that's the bottom line.
Last question. Fourth and inches. Denver's got a 7-0 lead. They go for it, 4th and 1, 4th and inches from the 14. Can you take us through that play and how important it was?
4th and 1.
Denver from your 14. It's second quarter. They're up 7-0. They go for it on 4th down. Stidham rolls out, throws the pass in the flat.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Man, we had a call up, you know, to slant, try to get him to jump, and then we slanted back out. I was on block, so just trying to get there as fast as I can, get my hands up, try to, you know, disrupt his timing a little bit. I felt like I did that. I thought we had an interception on that play. But no, that's just our defense, just stepping up when we needed them. 4th down, a critical situation, and, you know, we got to stop and eventually won the game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Has it really hit you? You going?
No, probably not. Probably not till tomorrow. Yeah, probably not till tomorrow. We'll see.
What do you say to the fans back home that snowed in and got a chance to watch you guys get it done here in Denver? Something that you haven't done before. 0-4 in the playoffs, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to give something, you know, the fans, you know, the city, to be proud of, to cheer for. You know, the city is known for winning, so to be able to do this is definitely big for the city, and I'm happy. Yeah.
Christian, you were one of the guys who's been here the last 2 years, a couple 4-win seasons. Like, what's your emotions now to go from that to this?
I mean, I don't really know. I don't think I've fully processed it yet. You know, came out here, got a big win, a big team win. Everybody was like helped to win, offense, defense, special teams. So it was a lot of fun. It was playoff football. You know, the games are always going to be close. It's the two best teams in the AFC. You know, come down to it, and thought it was pretty cool. It started snowing. It was a pretty fitting, you know, Denver home game for AFC Championship. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, just so proud of the guys, and you know, we'll enjoy this one tonight and move on to whoever wins and be ready for next week or 2 weeks.
Coach Vrabel said just minutes ago, he said like the last 6 to 8 weeks, he said he's noticed a different Christian. He said maybe from the Baltimore game. He said different player, different person, something along those lines. And I'm just wondering if you, like, what you think of that, and is there a change?
No. No. I mean, You know, I just want to make the plays that come my way. As a corner, as a DB, you know, you don't get too many chances, but you know, when your number's called and you know you're somebody the team looks to make plays, you know, it's big time to be able to do it. And I mean, shout out to Braves and the coaching staff. They get us in the right positions and the right calls and get us ready to go for Sundays.
When the ball's in the air, how did you track the ball through the snow in the interception? I just don't know. I mean,
Point is, the ball's in the air. I was playing off, so I was able to see it pretty early, which I mean, it doesn't really happen too much. Most of the time, I'm always impressed. But I was off and saw the ball, and at that point, it's like I'm playing receiver again. So just find the ball, go up and get it at the highest point, and secure it and bring it down.
Take a final question.
You want to see?
Go ahead.
You heard the last one to Milton there, or one of the last ones. Do you feel like the defense is overlooked? What is your opinion on that question?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, it's been 2 weeks in a row. It was always, you know, whoever the Texans, you know, they talked about the Texans defense, and then this week it was all about the Broncos defense. And I mean, like Milt said, I think it's shown we get that chip on our shoulder. I mean, it's cool. It's great if you want to count us out, because you know we're just gonna go out there and show what we can do and play team defense and get the ball back to 10 and let him do his thing. Appreciate it.
What's up, crowd? How y'all doing? Never better. Truly.
What does it mean?
Mean a lot. I mean, considering the circumstances, I'm just really thankful to be a part of this team, you know, part around a group of guys that I got, this coaching staff and this organization, you know, just mean a lot. Just everything, you know, life, injury, you know, shortcomings, you know, lose a lot of people on a daily basis, you know, life is hard. You know, just taking in this moment and being thankful for where I'm at right now, you know, so, yeah, thankful.
How bad were the conditions out there for you?
It was just snowing. Ain't nothing we ain't never had to deal with before, but they figured it out. They was running the ball efficiently. Our offense ended with the ball, so I'm so thankful for making plays. Gonzo and the defense, you know, they show up each and every week. Hopefully they get the respect that they deserve. They continue to show up and show that they hold it down for this team, you know, giving Drake as many opportunities as he can, and, you know, he's showing up, making plays. You know, things aren't pretty, but I told you a long time ago I'd take a ugly win before I take a pretty loss.
Would you describe this team?
Resilient, mainly. We went against the top defenses in the league for the past couple weeks. It was easy to count us out during the regular season and give a million excuses as to why not. But here we are, you know, standing firm as a team and as a unit, banding together, finding ways to win, you know. It's hard to find ways to win, you know, especially in the postseason, and they're never going to look good. And we end up 10-7 this week, you know what I'm saying? But the object of the game is to score more than the opponent, so we're just super thankful and can't express enough gratitude.
You mentioned finding ways to win. Your quarterback in those conditions with his legs kind of found ways to get it done, right?
Yeah, pretty boy. Came in handy. Those legs came in handy. Those long legs came in handy. He was running around, stiff-arming guys, making plays at a high level. He was being smart. You know, I think the biggest thing for this game is not turning the ball over. Our defense is going to hold it down. They're going to do their part. So if you don't turn the ball over, we're always in a good spot. I know a couple plays he wanted back. We had a couple plays that we've been working on for the week for the other guys, and I just know that I can count on 10. You know, when in doubt, count on 10.
The whole team grew through the season.
Mm-hmm.
You guys bonded together. How do you see Mike Vrabel?
Stayed the same. He stayed the same, consistent the whole time. When we lost to the Steelers and we lost a couple of those games early, you know, it was easy to count us out and put us in that spot, and nobody believed in us, you know, let alone like us for any matter. I feel like our coach believed in us. He helped us build this identity that he speaks of. He held everybody to the same standard. You know what I'm saying? Something I'm super thankful for, and I realized that it starts at the head. You know, when you hold everybody to the same standard and you hold everybody to the same requirements each and every day, you hold your teammates accountable. You know what I'm saying? You start looking at your teammates like, you know what I'm saying, self-policing, self-accountability, and you don't want to let your teammates down. So the camaraderie and the team chemistry that he's built from the coaching position, the head coach position, is second to none. Hopefully he wins Coach of the Year because probably the best coach I ever had.
Steph, at what point in the season did you guys believe that something like this is possible?
I feel like it's not like something like throughout the season. You're just taking it week by week, so we weren't really thinking too far ahead. It was just week by week basis, and the closer you get, the more realer it get. And I feel like we didn't really kind of like take it in consideration until we got here. You know, we were just trying to get through Denver. Denver's a hell of a football team, but at one point we were trying to get through the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to get to Houston. You know, and finally when we got here, you know, I felt like, you know, Denver was going to be another test. I said it earlier in the week, and they were. That's a hell of a football team. You know, well-coached football team, and it was tight. So being able to pull this out and mean the world to us, and I know we're going to get back to the grind. You know, I feel like nobody's satisfied. Happy, you know, but not complacent. You know, we're blessed to be where we are, but we know it's more out there for us, you know. You don't know how it's going to shake out, but everybody in that room over there that was celebrating, they want one more.
Steph, after the game, you were pretty emotional on the field. You sort of overcome a little bit. What does this mean to you after 11 years to go to the Super Bowl?
I fought long and hard. It means the world to me. I've been playing this game since I was 5 years old. Always wanted to be a champion. Always wanted to be a Super Bowl champion, and the opportunity was right there in front of us. You know, we was one game away, and we had to get through Denver, at Denver. You know, AFC Championship. They worked hard all year. They showed that they were a hell of a football team. So for me, man, I've been in the league 11 years, man. I fell short so many times. I can't say nothing but perfect timing as of right now. I was coming off an ACL injury. You know what I'm saying, new team, new situation, new coaches, new teammates. It all happened exactly how it was supposed to. So I'm just appreciative, and I thank God.
What's your message to the fans back home that supported you guys all season? It's snowed in right now.
Oh, man, please be safe. That's number one, safety. Hopefully y'all got enough snacks and food and water to take care of you and the fam. But I know we can't wait to see you. When we get back, we're going to all celebrate this one, but short-term celebration because we want to the next. But I hope everybody is safe. That's number one. Stay warm in that snowstorm. We was out there in a little bit of snow too, so I get it. But we're thankful for the support throughout this season, through the good and the bad. Even when things got a little gray, I know you guys were probably a little worried, but appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Continue to rock with us. Hopefully we made y'all proud. Thank y'all.
Doing good.
I'm just super blessed, super proud of myself, super proud of the team, the coaching staff, everybody involved. We deserve it. And one more game.
Just at halftime, 7-7, the way the first half went. What was going on in there that sort of let you guys come out in that second half and 16-play drive? What was going on in there?
Yeah, we all knew it was going to be a fight. So coming in 7-7 wasn't really a surprise to us or anything like that. And coming in here, it was just we got to stick together, clean up the details, execute a little bit better, and offensively just stay on the field. In that first drive, I think we did that. Like you said, 15, 16-play drive and got some points. So, great by us. We were just relentless and went out there to win the game.
How was the footing in the second half?
It was cool. You see me slip that one time or something? That's why he said that. It was good. I had one mix-up, but, the football weather to me, I love that weather. Just run behind the O-line.
Did you put on new boots or anything?
Nah.
Rhamondre, the way the conditions were worsening and the way the game was going, did you have a sense that as the third quarter, fourth quarter evolved, that more and more of the ball was going to be in your hands?
Yeah, of course. In one of those drives, we had heavy wind into our face. So I knew me, Trevion, Dearness were going to have to, run the ball well. So kind of knew. So and they knew too. They know we're going to run the ball. So, that's tough football when you can run the ball when they know you're going to run it.
When we were talking about stay on the field, you were saying in the second half, how much of that was specific to the running game? Like, we got to get this going consistently.
Yeah, any way we got to do it. But like you guys said earlier, the weather was getting a little bad. It was a little windy out there. So just me consciously knowing the ball's going to be in my hands. So just talked to the O-line, just told them I'm right behind them, and let's get some yards and let's stay on the field.
All good, guys?
Appreciate it.
Some bad ones, huh?
Many times, but this is a good times.
These are great times, man. To do it with these guys, man, what a blessing. Filled gratitude. I think I've said it over and over again. Just the fight, the grit, just continue to battle all year long, and especially today was awesome.
How's that half figure right now?
Half fit's great, man. Yeah, man, what a day. What a blessing. Cool.
How would you describe this?
I would say very connected and unselfish. Guys just want to win, however it takes. Obviously, you can see that today as those two different halves and the conditions and fighting and having to rely on defense, having to rely on the run game a little bit more than probably we expected, but just finding a way. That really is what it is, and I think everybody just wants to win. It doesn't matter who makes the play. And, everybody's just trying to execute to find a way to win.
What has this team learned about itself as the season went along?
Golly, I would say resilient. Just a resilient group. Just no matter what we're thrown at, just continuing to battle, continuing to fight. The resiliency is a lot of fun to see with the guys. And finding a way. That's really all it comes down to. And I feel like we've done that through these playoffs and just finding a way to come out with a win.
Talk about the quarterback, Drake Maye, and the ability to get things done with his legs, because obviously the elements limit him throwing the ball.
Yeah, I mean he's a tremendous athlete, man. It's a threat, and to be that mobile and be able to run the way he does and see things and extend plays and all that is a big advantage for us. He's a tremendous player, tremendous competitor, and for him to make a lot of plays with his legs today was big.
Hunter, I think you've spoken about this in the past, but now that you're going to the Super Bowl, when you saw the Patriots, the team was only a few years removed from going to its last Super Bowl, and then you guys went through some tough times, coaching changes. You could have gone elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to continually re-sign with the Pats.
Yeah.
Now that you are headed to the pinnacle of the NFL with the Patriots, what does it mean to you?
Man, God is good. That's really all that comes to my mind. I've had a long career. I haven't been fortunate enough to have a lot of deep playoff runs, and to be a part of this is special. It really, really is. I think I have a tremendous appreciation for it just from all I've been through. I think I can appreciate it a little bit, maybe more than some of the other guys, just from the years that I've put in. Yeah, man, I'm grateful and excited for the next one.
What's tonight going to be like?
Tonight will be fun. Love being with these guys, man. These are my brothers. I'll remember this team for forever. So it's they're a lot of fun to be with, and some of my best friends that I'll probably carry with me for the rest of my life. That I've just enjoyed getting to know as people. But then obviously you grow, from what we've been through from the start of the spring, and even some of the guys that we've been through some of these hard times together. It's just grown us really close. Good.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm good.
You had to deal with an unknown quarterback this week, preparing for something like that.
We watched a little bit of his old stuff, but mainly it was just seeing their tendencies. We didn't think they were going to change exactly what they wanted to do, but kudos to him. He played well. Sean's an amazing coach, so they had a great scheme, and thank the Lord that we came out on top.
Christian, can you take us through that 3rd and 4 play? It looked like they were trying to run a screen. You guys were all over it.
Yeah.
Was the call synced up sort of with what you guys anticipated there?
Yeah, it was. Once I saw him panicking, I was just trying to go for the ball. I thought I hit it, but I thought we scooped and scored. I thought they were going to let it play it out, but it was a great play. Can't complain.
How would you describe this team?
Gritty. Yeah. No one expected us to be here. No one gave us the benefit of the doubt. But Vraves, kudos to him. He came in, made a culture that we believed in, and we stuck with it, and here we are.
And specific to the defense, how much do you feel that the defense might be overlooked?
Yeah, it feels like every week is something like that where, they're always talking about the other team's defense. But wherever they line up the ball, we're going to line up and play. We'll let everyone else get the accolades. We'll keep the chip on our shoulder and keep pushing.
Christian, you guys lost Robert relatively early in this game. What did it take to push through? Jack took over that role for that unit in particular, play as well as it did.
Yeah, you never want to lose a guy, especially someone who's that important to the defense. He's the heartbeat. But Gibby came in and did an amazing job, communicated, got everyone lined up when they needed to be lined up. So our LB room is very seasoned. So we didn't blink. We just kept pushing and just played from there.
You guys have been flying around on defense the second half of the season, certainly the last month plus. How much of that was just learning the scheme so you guys could play faster?
I think we always knew the scheme. It's just about playing with joy and then cutting it free. Not worrying about what the coaches think, what the fans think, what media thinks. Just play free. It's a child's game at the end of the day. So if you're worried about all that, you're gonna be frozen. You're gonna be not wanting to make mistakes, you want to be perfect. That's the nature of a lot of the guys in our room. We just want to be perfect. But there's going to be imperfection in the game. So for us, we kind of, once you let go of that and you just have joy and cut it free, you play better, and that's what I've seen at least last month.
Last question for Christian.
Okay, thank you guys.
The second youngest quarterback at 23 years old to be starting the Super Bowl. You along with Dan Marino.
Props to this team, man. What effort out there tonight. We're going to the Super Bowl. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty cool. So just proud of this team, proud of the defense. We didn't play our best ball in the first half, and the second half came out and just battling the elements, snow and the elements. And it was a gritty win, and our defense, they stepped up. It was fun to watch.
How was the footing out there in the second half?
Yeah, it was definitely a little slick. I think definitely a little slick. It's hard for when it's grass for it to, I think underneath with the heaters like our stadium does, it's hard with grass, I guess, to do that. But, no, I think, it was good enough on the last run to get around the edge. And I think, other than that, we, had some times where we had some chances to score, and I think we got to help our defense out more. But, hey, it is what it is. And that was, man, it's awesome going to the Super Bowl. So I can't complain.
What did you change about your approach, if anything, as the second half was going along, conditions are getting worse, and sort of realize what kind of game it was going to be, what kind of score it's going to be?
Yeah, we were running the football and knowing that protecting the football, once we got those 3 points out of halftime, that was a huge drive. Just protect the football and let our defense keep doing their thing. It was tough elements for offense. The defenses were playing great, and really just give our chance to to not lose the game and turn the ball over or do something where we put our defense in a bad spot. And our defense showed up every time and time again.
Drake, I understand that you were a spectator as a kid watching the Patriots in the Super Bowl against your Carolina Panthers. What's it feel like now, how many years later, being on the team you were rooting against?
Yeah.
And now being in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's full circle. My dad, when I think I was maybe 7th grade, said if the Panthers made it, we were going to go. And, it was heartbreaking. They lost to the Broncos. And, but no, what an experience for a kid at my age who loved football, he loves quarterbacks. That was Peyton's last game, and what a Hall of Fame career he's had. So pretty cool to be full circle going back here 10 years later. And I think it's just a special moment for this whole team, and we're just going to enjoy it tonight. And head back. We got 2 weeks, so we got some work to do, but looking forward to seeing whoever we play.
How would you describe how you came out of this game health-wise?
Yeah, I think some bumps and bruises, but hey, that's what it takes. And I think a lot of those guys in that locker room are battling through things. And I think at the same time, the best thing about it is we get another chance at it to get healthy. 2 weeks, and we're going to some nicer weather. I think is knock on some wood. We'll see, but a chance to go win the Super Bowl, man. That's what it is. That's pretty cool.
Drake, on the keeper at the end there, what did you see? Was that a straight naked boot for you the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, we were in big personnel running. Running the same deal to the right, little stretch play, and at some point, they get lackadaisical and, got a chance to get around the edge. And I thought he was going to track me and hawk me down, but, got enough to pick up the first. And Coach Vrabel would probably get mad about running out of bounds, but at that point, it doesn't matter when you get the first down. So that was a cool moment and cool to separate those guys. It's always cool finishing in victory formation. It's pretty sweet.
Would you tell us about Josh McDaniels and how he has just called plays for you, especially in a game like today, even through a flea flicker?
Yeah, he's done a great job of mixing it up, doing what we do best, and also mixing it up. I think we still haven't played our best football yet in this playoffs, and I'm looking forward to seeing that and hopefully having that click and win the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty cool. I think just having him and knowing what the game is like, he's great at having feel for that, and he's I think the best offensive coordinator in the league. So I got full trust in him.
Speaking of victory formation, what's it like to take the final step, take a knee, knowing that you're going to the Super Bowl?
Man, that's cool. It's pretty special. It's something that I won't forget. Road Warriors, 9-0 on the road, playing for this team and finishing victory formation. I head bumped Will, and that was probably the hardest head bump of my life out there after I picked up the first down. So, special for those guys. We've been in that scenario a lot, and I always say it's my favorite play. And it's every team's favorite play when you're in victory formation. So that was I think our 17th win, and it's been a long season and it's been worth it.
Drake, you mentioned the Road Warriors. I don't know if you know about the Patriots' history here in Denver and the playoffs, but what's it mean to be the first guy to get a win?
Yeah, like I said, it's the history and everything about it. It's a new team, it's a new era, and I respect and appreciate what the Patriots dynasty did. And unfortunately, they didn't come out with some wins here, but we changed that narrative and look forward to bringing our best football for Santa Clara. That'd be pretty special. Thank you, guys.
Man, it means a lot. We put in a lot of work early, OTAs and everything, and being able to be, called AFC champs, it means a lot, and we got one more to go, so.
Marcus, in the conditions out there, first of all, in the punt game, special teams game, how difficult was it to track, to have ball security, given the worsening conditions the game went along?
Yeah, the main thing was possession of the ball. That was first thing. I had a bad read on one punt return and everything like that. I had a lot of yards that I can get vertical, but I told Seawood that was my bad and everything. So other than that, though, like when it came down to it, it was a field position battle. Just making sure that we get possession back to the offense was the main priority.
Well, the play where they threw to little Jordan Humphrey late in the game, you got the coverage there. Can you take us through that particular sequence?
Yeah, basically the receivers were kind of, I wouldn't say they weren't real close, but it looked like it was a pick route and everything, and I just went over, and I thought the ball was going to be a little bit further back, but he came back to the ball and everything, and then just made a play on the ball.
You guys made that big fourth down stop. The play before that, though, you made the stop on third down. Can you take us through what happened on that play with you?
Yeah, I was running off the edge and everything. If I would have been right where I needed to be, then he wouldn't have got as much yards in the first place. But basically just effort to the ball was the main thing. The guys up front were putting a lot of pressure to where he had to go outside of the pocket, and being able to make sure and run, get effort and dive and make sure that he don't get the first down was the main thing. And then Craig made a great play on the fourth down.
What's it been like the last few weeks? A lot of talk about the Chargers defense, the Texans defense, the Broncos defense, and maybe Patriots defense has been overshadowed somewhat. But for this defense, the pride and the confidence that you have in each other to really be the team that goes on this run defensively.
Yeah. We know what we have when it comes down to our defense as a whole. Our mentality, causing turnovers and stuff like that, it's something that we take pride in. But at the end of the day, like I've said before, man, we're just trying to prove ourselves right. That's the main thing. Vrabes always talk about our identity, and we know on our side of the ball, definitely defensively, we want to wreak havoc when it comes down to it and be able to turn the ball over and get the ball back to 10. So.
Marcus, thank you.
Thank you, guys.